Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Keeping it up with the daily uploads, we're going to continue using the Yveltal Groudon team that we featured in the last two episodes. It's been a really fun start to the new season of BattleSpot so far, so if you have not seen the last two episodes, I highly recommend them. I thought we got some really quality games, especially for being in the lower part of the ladder. Of course, everyone else currently is around the same as me rating-wise, so we're just trying to get as high as we can as quickly as possible. So currently in the low 1600s, so let's see if we can make the push to the mid 1600s today. As always, thank you so much for your support on the most recent videos. I'm glad to be back over the summer, and I'm going to do my best to continue pumping out daily content and finally do some new stuff other than Road to Rank. So, as always, if you enjoy it, please share your support by leaving a like on this video. Would really appreciate it. We're going to find Hao with a pretty familiar looking team. He's rocking a team of Kyogre, Groudon, Thundurus, Salamence, Bronzong, and Mawile. So, this is the core that's been really common. We saw a variant of it yesterday, and, just the Kyogre, Groudon, Salamence archetype is running around everywhere. Often now with Thundurus, Pokealex, who won UK Nationals, as I mentioned, at Kangaskhan on it, and Cresselia. This one we still see the Mawile and the Bronzong. So 5 of the 16 Pokemon are what I used when I won Anaheim Regionals. But the biggest issue is, let's see, so 2 Mega Evolutions. Typically against this kind of team, Thundurus ends up being a really good lead option. And a lot of the times, you want to lead Mawile to counter the Thundurus. So I actually like Thundurus Groudon here. I still definitely want Yveltal in the back. And for the last one, it's between Kangaskhan and Amoonguss, but I think Kangaskhan for firepower is just better. Although I do have Mentorb on Amoonguss, and that could be interesting. Amoonguss actually isn't too bad, because if Bronzong gets a Trick Room up, then Amoonguss can just put everything to sleep. That's certainly worth considering. I actually kind of like Amoonguss. So is it worth giving up the firepower? I feel like it's okay, because Kangaskhan's not doing too much against Mawile and Bronzong anyway, and Amoonguss can actually hit Kyogre and Groudon with Grass Knot. So we'll see how this goes. Should be a fun matchup though. Typically I feel like Dual Primal has the, Yveltal Groudon has the advantage, but he's going to lead with Salamence and Thundurus here, which I'm more than okay with, against my Thundurus and Groudon. So obviously I have the ability to just HP Ice, and he can't Thunder Wave either of my Pokemon, so that's a good start. The question is, does Salamence switch out, or does he just protect turn 1? So I can certainly see a switch into Kyogre. I think I'm going to hit Empower that slot. Maybe switch out into Amoonguss. I feel like my opponent... Oh, he could have Hidden Power Water as well, so I want to watch out for that. Yeah, I'm going to go for the safe Hidden Power Ice here, and I'm going to switch out into Shroom. Because it's highly unlikely Salamence goes for a Hyper Voice or a Double Edge. Here I think it either protects or it switches out into Kyogre, or even Groudon. But, yeah, I don't want my Groudon to faint immediately, especially if my opponent does have the HP Water on Thundurus, which is certainly a possibility, especially on these Dual Primal teams, where you can switch into your Kyogre and immediately dunk Groudons. I was actually considering a Dual Primal team for Seattle Regionals, and the one I had Hidden Power Water on it. That was the Thundurus I put in my battle box. But, let's see, if you're my opponent here, you could be really risky an attack with Salamence. I'm going for the Hidden Power Ice if he decides to go for a Tailwind or a Substitute. Or a Hyper Voice, and that should pick up the knockout. The Groudon's switching out here, so Salamence is probably going to stay in and not Mega Evolve. If it Mega Evolves, or Mega Evolve to get the speed boost, which would also be a good move. But Amoonguss comes in here, and he doesn't Mega Evolve, but he's attacking. That's really interesting. Huh. Maybe he forgot to Mega Evolve? Either way, HP Ice is a definite knockout there. He's not going to get any HP, or any of the increases in stats, and he's going to go for Thunderbolt onto Thundurus, getting a critical hit there along the way. Makes me think like he's going to be the bulky Thundurus. So I could have stayed in an Eruption, but didn't want to go for that risk. But it pays off, I feel like, decently well. However, he's probably going to switch into his own Groudon here. And man, if I Eruption there, I mean, just could have like won the game. But like I said, if, let's say, he switched Salamence into Kyogre and I went for HP Water, then I would have lost Groudon. And Groudon's the most important Pokemon in this matchup. So wasn't really willing to risk that. He's probably going to switch in his own Groudon right now, which I think would be a very good switch in. Let's see. I don't know how fast this Thundurus is or how offensive it is. He is going to switch in his own Groudon, not much of a surprise there. So I have a bunch of options here. I could protect Amoonguss and go for like a HP Ice onto Groudon or Thunderbolt Thunders. Leading towards the HP Ice though, because then it might be in Precipice Blade's KO range. So I'm gonna hit him Power Protect here. Don't know how fast this Groudon is either. That's another concern, but yeah, we'll see how it is. But yeah, based off the Thunderbolt, since that was a crit, I would think maybe he is max speed. Just not knowing whether he has hidden power or water or not is the tricky thing. Because if he does, then this game gets a lot harder, I think. Because how this turn's going to play out is he's probably going to knock out my Thundurus, and I'm going to get the free switch in. Hopefully I get some chip damage on Groudon, but my opponent could be smart and protect Groudon here. And just go for an attack. But yeah, kind of curious to see Salamence just not do anything there. Also was expecting to see Mawile in this matchup, so kind of surprised not to see that. But he's not going to protect, so he's going to allow me to get some free damage with hidden power. That could be crucial with Precipice Blades and Groudon in the back. He does go for a Thunderbolt onto Thundurus. A substitute here on Groudon would be a really good move. Let's see if he goes for that, if he has it even. Or Swords Dance. Nope, he just Fire Punches into Amoonguss. That's good. So it's a free switch into my Groudon. Now we have to ask, what does your Thundurus do? I want to Precipice Blades and Spore Thundurus here. I don't know if my Precipice Blades would knock out his Groudon though. Could also protect switch out, but I don't want my Evil to take a Fire Punch. This is pretty risky, but I think I kind of have to. So the first question is, does he switch Groudon into Kyogre? If he like protects Groudon and taunts Amoonguss, that'd be perfect. But I highly doubt that would happen. I think here you attack with Groudon or you switch out into Kyogre. Because there's no reason, not much reason to okay, he's Thunder Waving Amoonguss. Expecting a switch. Precipice Blades does connect with Groudon. Okay, does that pick up the knockout though? He is... No, I fall short. Oh, so he's doubling up into Amoonguss. Okay, smart play. And it's gonna pick up the knockout. Trying to cover the switch in, basically. I do get the free switch into Yveltal. And here, I think I just protect Eruption, which could pick up the knockout. Oh, but he could switch into Kyogre. Do you switch into Kyogre here, though? That's the question. Because you could Thunder Wave Yveltal, that's the thing. But he doesn't know I have Knockoff. Would I switch into Kyogre if I were my opponent here? No, I would Thunder Wave Yveltal. I'm gonna Rep Protect. Oh, he did pull the switch. Good play. So I could have knocked off Precipice Bladed there, and that could have actually just won me the game, I think. No, it's a lot harder. Yeah, that... I'm trying to think. Yeah, it should have been... I think I should have gone for the other play. Let's see if he has Hidden Power Water. If he does, the game's over. He did have it. He did have it. Not much I could have done there then. Actually, Knockoff probably knocks out Thundurus. Let's see. If Knockoff does pick up the knockout, then what I could have done was just knock off. Actually, no, he's probably max. He should be max speed. Unless he's in a tier between Groudon and Yveltal, which would be weird. Kyogre's protecting, that's fine. He's Thunder Waving Yveltal, which is a smart play. So I won't... I mean, I assume he's actually going to be the max speed variant then. We'll figure out what item he has here. Not Sash. Citrus? So that's really interesting because... well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I still can't... If I had... No, even if I had Snarl, I couldn't. If Groudon fainted, you know, then 2 Sucker Punches knocks out Kyogre, but now you just Fire Punch Ice Beam. Is there any way I could win this? Probably not. Even with the crit. So yeah, if I actually just HPS Eruption that first turn, could have won the game. And if I Precipice Bladed, no, since his Thundurus presumably is faster, because it outsped my Groudon, which is max speed. Unless, like I said, it's between the Groudon Yveltal speed tier, which is possible. But with HP Water, that matchup was, I mean, it's pretty hard. So go for like a crit Sucker Punch, maybe onto Kyogre. Yeah, he's gonna be smart though, not protect Groudon. Yeah, so I mean, you can imagine if Groudon were down here, obviously, I'd need to attack your 2 paralysis, but I'd be able to pull it off. But nope, Fire Punch Ice Beam, gonna seal up the deal. So good game to my opponent, that was really well played. It's just hard, you know, in best of 1, whether they have Hidden Power Water or not. Now, that first turn went pretty well, but basically my opponent was able to swing this back into his favor by switching, getting the free switching into Groudon, and then when you have Groudon and Thundurus out, I brought Amoonguss, but Kangaskhan definitely would have been better. The main reason why I brought Amoonguss was to cover the Mawile and the Bronzong, but obviously we didn't see either of those. And I wanted Amoonguss to deal with the Kyogre and the Groudon as well, but I should have figured that it would have been pretty useless unless I were able to get in a position where Groudon's not out, which is possible, but unfortunately once my opponent had Thundurus and Groudon out, that was really difficult to navigate. So pretty close game there, really well managed by my opponent, and in the end, kind of came down to, ultimately my biggest question is how fast the Thundurus is. If it were faster naturally than Yveltal, then I didn't really have a chance to because of HP Water. Actually, did I protect Groudon the last turn? I don't even remember. But let's move on to the next game. We're facing against Moscato, who actually won Virginia Regionals last year, so this should be really fun. And he's got a Jynx on his team, which I've not ever seen in VGC 2016. So a very similar team comp here, but we've got Kangaskhan and Jynx this time, as opposed to the Thundurus and the Mawile from the last one. So maybe I should learn my lesson and not bring Amoonguss. I still like Thundurus as a lead here. The Thundurus King makes a lot of sense. I'll go Thundurus King, Yveltal Groudon. So, making the adjustment. Playing it like it's a best of 3 today, but obviously it's 2 different teams. But, I guess I shouldn't have expected Mawile. Well, I mean, Bronzong. I really expected Mawile just because Mawile is really good against Yveltal, but I guess my opponent really feared the redirection from Amoonguss, the Groudon itself, which was smart. Because when I actually played against Yveltal teams with my Dual Primal team, I would actually bring Mawile the majority of the time, just because otherwise Yveltal can really run through. But this Yveltal is obviously a little bit different as well. It's the Foul Play knockoff Sucker Punch variant, as opposed to the Snarl version, which you often see as well. Those tend to be a little bit bulkier and Snarl to decrease special attack and just get a lot of damage off, since, you know, with Black Glasses or Life Orb and Yveltal's ability, you still do a lot. But this one kind of relies more on the physical damage. So let's see how this game goes. The last one, definitely really close and easily could have gone either way, but my opponent just ended up having the plays in his favor. So I'm going to lead with Thundurus and King, one of the safest leads with this team. He's going to go with Kyogre and Jynx. I really don't know what to expect right now. I really don't. What Jynx gets fake out here? We are facing against the Jynx in VGC 2016. What a time to be alive. So I could switch into Groudon as well. That's a possibility. But you could predict that. Jynx, I know, gives access to some weird support moves too, like Hypnosis, I believe. So, temptation is to fake out Kyogre. Or I could just Double Edge. Or I could protect switch into Groudon. I'm actually kind of keen on that play. I feel like Groudon has a great matchup against his entire team. So let's see how this plays out. I really hope Jynx doesn't pull some, like, cheese right now, because I don't know its full moveset, so if it has something like roleplay or something to get the rain back up, that'd be really bad. Otherwise, if I come out of this turn with Groudon still awake and, you know, not, like, teeter danced or anything, I don't think Jynx gets some confusion-inducing attack. Okay, Sun's up. Thundurus protects. I assume we might see a fake out from Jynx. Yeah, he does fake out into Thundurus. Nice. And Dry Skin works against him now. So he's got Groudon in the back and probably Mence. So this is a really dang good position. I think I'm gonna Thunderbolt. Kinda want an Eruption here. Actually, he could have Kangaskhan as well. I'm gonna Eruption. Yeah, that was a perfect turn 1 for me. Could have been scary. That was a great play. He went for the Fake Out and the Ice Beam, so it's like if I just double edge your Jinx, then we trade, and Thundurus is really good in this matchup. So he's actually withdrawing Kyogre into Salamence, and since Thunderbolt and Eruption are going to that slot, there's a decent chance I pick up a double knockout here. He could withdraw Jinx out as well, though, into the Groudon. But nope, no dice there. It's gonna be Thunderbolt coming out here. The Jinx is faster. He's gonna get an Ice Beam off onto the Thundurus. Probably gonna bring me down to my Sash. Yeah. I actually don't know Jinx's base speed. I should check on that. But since I went for the Eruption and not the Precipice Blades, this ends up working out very nicely. Should be able to pick up 2 knockouts, as it does. Excellent. So 4-2 start. Jinx not doing too much, just going for Fake Out and Ice Beam. But I'm content with this because now I do win the Weather War. He won't be able to have Rain up. He could choose to just bring Sun up as well because you can control the weather with Kyogre and Groudon. Presumably, that's what you have. There's Kyogre coming in first. And here's Groudon. So things are looking pretty good right now. Of course, my Groudon is intimidated. So I could switch that out. Not sure if I really want to, though. With Kangaskhan on Yveltal on the back, I should be able to seal this one up. I don't know how fast he is, though. That's the other thing. But Kangaskhan and Yveltal outspeed both of his. That's why they're so good against Dual Primal teams. So I'm going to Thunderbolt here. I want to just Eruption. But Precipice Blades, you know, I'll take the chance of missing. Because even if I lose the speed ties, I still get damage off. Whereas, let's say I lose the speed tie, Eruption is guaranteed damage, but it does absolutely nothing if I lose. So here, you could protect the Kyogre and go for an attack with Groudon, Eruption, or Precipice Blades, but the nice thing is Groudon doesn't have a way to really hit both of my Pokemon for good damage. I'm kind of surprised they actually didn't want to go for the Rain with Kyogre up instead of Groudon, but maybe he didn't know the switching mechanics there. Actually, no, you always get Sun up there, right? Because your Kyogre is already Primal Evolved, right, while your Groudon has it. Yeah, so I don't think there was anything you could have done there. Groudon's actually protecting, so that's even better for me here. Yeah. Nice. So Thunderbolt goes over 50. Here's the Precipice Blade. It's going to be intimidated, so not going to do too much. Kyogre will be able to survive, presumably. Yep. Bulky Ogre. Not much of a surprise. And here's an Ice Beam coming out. Should knock out Thundurus, but he's actually targeting down Groudon. Interesting. I respect that, though. I like that. Yeah, with Yveltal on the back, I'm just going to Thunderbolt here again. If he protects, that's fine. I'll Precipice Blades. Just going for the safe plays right now. Forcing Kyogre to protect, and you know, if Kyogre doesn't protect here, then I automatically win the game. He could go for a prediction, but he is going to be smart and protect there. But I'm just going to play safe, knowing that he has to make every right move, and I still can win, because, I mean, I should win, because I have Kangaskhan Yveltal on the back. And unfortunately for him, my Precipice Blades does connect, so it should bring Groudon around 50%. Actually, it's going to be a critical hit, which just obviously just seals up the game. I really don't think I needed that, because I think after the Thunderbolt and Precipice Blades damage, my Kangaskhan and my Yveltal easily could have taken care of both of his. But really good game there. Pretty straightforward one, and I think that turn 1 play determined everything. And that's a testament to VGC 2016. Like, each turn is so fast-paced, so every play you make, you really need to think twice about. And fortunately, like, I figured there was relatively little he could do to punish the Groudon switch in, which ended up being the case. So Groudon came in for free, broke Jinx's potential Focus Sash with Dry Skin, which I didn't even consider. But you know, he might have had a Focus Sash, an item that would make a lot of sense. And by doing that, then you know, instantly that just makes things even better. So that turn 1 played out perfectly. Turn 2, I picked up the knockout. He didn't have any good switch-ins, honestly. I think his best option was to switch into Groudon, but he obviously didn't know I was going to go for the Eruption as opposed to the Precipice Blades. You'd imagine, like, if you switch Mensin and I go for the Precipice Blades, then maybe, you know, you can pull something off, but I think there was just way too much momentum swing, and, you know, Jinx not being able to do very much was kind of the main issue, I would say. So definitely a really interesting game. I'm curious on what the Jinx's other moves are, just because we don't see it, obviously, very often in VGC 2016, but 2 Dual Primal teams today. Games went pretty differently. That first game, still definitely really curious as to how fast that Thundurus was, because, you know, could have made a game-changing play in the end there, but really fun overall, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We've had some really solid games for the first 3 days of Daily Road to Rank back, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.